Welcome to Understanding and Configuring ABE. Now this is going to be a two-part video. In the first part, I'm going to talk about what ABE is, some of the intricacies of it, what you need to understand for the exam, and then in part two, we'll jump out into Windows Server 2012 and show you how to configure it. ABE is access-based enumeration. Now this is a functionality that was originally introduced in Windows Server 2003, and it was a big hit. Administrators loved it. It originally appeared as a product download, then it got included in Service Pack 1, and it's been there ever since. Now some of you are asking, wait a minute, Mark, I'm still needing to know what is ABE. Well, the way to answer that is to answer what ABE does. It displays only the files and folders that a user has permission to access. If the user doesn't have read or equivalent permissions, then Windows is going to hide that folder and you'll never see it. Now this is a great little piece of security here. If I don't know what's in your house, there's much less temptation for me to break into your house and steal anything. However, if I know that you have like boxes and boxes of gold or whatever sitting around in there, now I'm a little more motivated maybe. So let's talk about some of the intricacies of ABE. Now it only hides items when you're viewing a shared folder. If you're local on the machine, meaning you're sitting at the machine, the keyboard, the desktop, all that, then ABE is not going to work. But when you're viewing a resource over the network as a shared folder, ABE kicks in. Now it's enabled by default on any share that you create if you use the file sharing feature. And in English, the file sharing feature is Windows Explorer. If I go into Windows Explorer, browse to my resource, right-click on the folder, start to set those permissions, boom, ABE is going to be enabled by default. You probably won't hear a boom, but trust me, it's there. Now, ABE is not enabled by default on shared folders that are created with the Share and Storage Management tool. When you use advanced sharing in Windows Explorer, if you use the net share command, or if you're working with administrative shares, those shares that start with a $sign. Now, ABE can be enabled or disabled, and this is most likely what you need to know for the exam. And you enable it or disable it by using the Share and Storage Management tool, and this snap-in becomes available to you once a folder or a volume has been shared. Now, you can also install it manually by going into Server Manager, adding the file server role Service to File Services. Now there are two ways in the Share and Storage Management functionality to enable and disable ABE, and in part two we'll go out into Windows Server 2012 and I'll show you how to take care of that.